This is Boxing Tickets and I in association with SB Sports in Chaco. We're delighted to join once again with Iceman, Keane McMahon. You're the happiest man in Ireland right now.
100%, mate. Like I said, it's a dream come true. It literally is a dream come true. These are the things that you talk about when you're a kid, and you never actually think they're gonna, come to surface. But yeah, thankfully it did come to surface for me.
And for obviously anybody that may be tuning in that obviously hasn't been aware, you're obviously fighting at Madison Square Garden in 15 days' time. It sort of feels like it's a lead up to Christmas.
Yeah.
But you're obviously fighting in Madison Square Garden in the Hulu Theatre against J.A. Brown in a 6-round super welterweight contest. You sort of look at the opponent. We sort of talked about it before we come on. It's not a sort of fight you're throwing in as a say a 5% chance sort of winning. This is obviously an opponent that you're sort of looking at and you're going, I've been given an easy ticket here.
Well, I wouldn't say an easy ticket, but I mean it's going to be a challenge. Of course it is. He's a good fighter, and it's put it this way: it's a 50-50 fight, but I feel it's a 60-40 fight in my favour. I feel I have the tools to beat him. I think he has a good record and looks good on paper, but I don't think he's really been in with anybody. The only decent opponent he has been in with, it was a close enough fight. So, I mean, I don't think he's been in with anyone as good as me since he's turned professional. I know he's been in with top operators, so we'll see on the night.
I think I've sort of worded it wrong. We're sort of saying, on that, obviously normally where you would get a fight and an opportunity like this, there's sort of really no hope, sort of, you only really have a sort of 5% chance of winning, whereas this is a really winnable fight. It's a sort of, I know when we spoke the last time, you weren't signed to promoter, and this is a sort of opportunity you want. You put yourself in the window, and maybe Starbucks might go, winner stays on sort of scenario to sign you or something like that. So
yeah,
but just you fighting at the MSG alone, that's the ticket you wanted.
That's come here, mate. When I found out I was fighting at MSG, I was just like, I didn't even care who the opponent was. I was offered an opponent before that for the same card, and he turned the fight down. So, and then obviously this guy came and he was game ball, and fair play to him. I mean, it's gonna be a great spectacle, and I'm looking forward to it.
Do you know much of your opponent? Do you leave that down to Stephen, or have you sort of looked at wee clips yourself of him as well?
Well, I think you always have a you're always curious. I had a look at him, and he's good. He's a good fighter. But like I said, he hasn't really fought anybody. He hasn't really been tested. I know it's certainly test him. You know what I mean? Win, lose or draw, he'll definitely be in a fight. So yeah, I think we have the right game plan. I think I have a good style to beat him. So we're just gonna have to see in the night, and I'm very confident we can go over there and do a real job on him. So we're just gonna have to see.
I guess sometimes the thing you see with American prospects sometimes is because if they're not really if they haven't a really highly established amateur career, they're sort of on early on cards, and sometimes it might be hard to get footage of them as well.
Yeah, no, I watched a bit of him. There's quite a good bit of him on YouTube. There's a full fight of him on YouTube that I had a look at, and yeah, obviously decent fighter, and but I feel he hasn't really been in with anybody as good as me, and as good as a boxer as me, and technically as good as me. So we're gonna have to see on the night, but I'm certainly very confident. Yeah.
And obviously for the stable as well. Obviously you're flying out on Wednesday. Obviously Tony Brown's obviously got a fight next weekend as well. So I guess obviously in terms of the gym in itself, sort of had a wee break. Sort of people weren't really having fights. Then Tony and obviously Ryan right in America. Obviously now it's yourself and Tony out this time, and probably Tiernan probably sitting going, what's going on? Where's my opportunity at here? But
he's gonna come out. He's gonna come out and help me spar for this one. So it's a good opportunity for him to go out and see New York, and be in that big fight atmosphere and stuff. So fair play to him for coming out and helping me, and Ryan's gonna come out as well. So it's brilliant,
I guess in some ways Tiernan will probably be in the back of his mind. Some will probably going, I'm bringing my gum shield, my boots, and my gloves, and then here if they can get me a fight in fight week, I'll take it.
We'll have a good fight in sparring, so that'll suit him.
But obviously, you're going to get about 10 days out there as well. So I guess the good thing is you're not sort of going out last minute and you're sort of jet lagged and everything else, you know, that can come. So you can be able to enjoy Tony's fight next week, obviously, whilst you're putting in the final preparations yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking forward to seeing Tony fighting. He's looking great in the gym. He has a decent challenge against his next opponent. So but I'm very confident in Tony's ability, and I think he can go over there and do a real job. And so I'm just looking forward to being around the team and getting into that fight mode, and you know, it'll give me the lift that I need for my fight. So I'm looking forward to it.
I think I'm sort of quietly confident, sort of with Tony. You know, he's obviously a really, really good amateur as well, and this Brazilian guy, even though he's 11 knockouts, he hasn't probably fought someone like Tony before. So, you know, it's one of them where, yes, people's going out, you know, on our post as well, saying he's a Brazilian knockout artist, but he might not have fought someone in Tony's style again. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's 2 wins coming back over the Atlantic to Ireland.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, it's similar to my opponent in a way. I mean, he has 8 knockouts from 10 fights, but he hasn't beat anyone of note. And when he did step up, he won well, but it wasn't against a brilliant opponent either. You know what I mean? And I think this Brazilian, if you go through his record, he's fighting a lot of guys with losing records, and then when he did step up, he got beaten. And I just think Tony will have too much for him, and it'll be 2 wins definitely for the gym. Yeah.
And obviously, I know you never like to look too far ahead in the sport, but obviously this will give you that platform you wanted. You're taking something off a bucket list you probably never thought might happen. You know, where does obviously a win take you in 2 weeks' time? You know, does that give you a star boxing contract? Is that something they've talked about, or where do you sort of go from there?
Yeah, I haven't really looked into it. I can't see why they won't sign me after I beat this kid. It's going to be life change for me. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to just putting on a performance. I'm not really thinking about anything else. Just going over there and make sure the best Keane McMahon is there. And if the best Keane McMahon is there on the night, then there'll be no problems, and I'll come home with a win. So.
And I guess with obviously Clay going up as well, obviously you'll be able to, you know, when he's getting into the boxing as well, I'll be obviously able to tell everybody that my daddy fought at Madison Square Garden.
But this is it. I mean, the memories that you have forever. I literally I was actually only talking to my missus about it the other day, and we were talking about my granddad would have been a huge boxing fan, and he would have watched all the old fights. And I remember him telling me years ago about all the legendary champions that fought at MSG, and he'd be talking about I think 2 of the 3 Ali Fraser fights were there as well. So it's iconic, you know what I mean? And where I come from in town, like, nobody fights in Madison Square Garden, you know what I mean? They might go and watch a fight, but as far as I know, I'm the first town to ever to fight there. So that's something I'll have forever, you know what I mean? When I'm fat and old and I'm in a pub, I'll have no regrets. I can look back and say, I fought there, and it's going to be magic, yeah.
Is that the week after your fight then you're going to be fat and old?
The day after me fight. Yeah. The day after me fight, yeah.
But obviously a win's going to be massive for you as well. Obviously, you know, the fact that you come home with a win, you know, you're probably going to have that cult status in town as well, because obviously everybody's going to, you know, it's nearly as if you can become a superstar sort of overnight, that people's going to go, my mate's Keane McMahon, he fought MSG last week, you know, and, you know, it's nearly like it's your birthday or you've won the lottery. Everybody will want to be around you.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, I literally just talking to my friends about it the other day, and my friend is in Canada, and I was on had a video chat with him the other day, and he was like talking. He was like, "This is so weird," because he remembers me talking about this when we were in school and when we were out and about, and I'd be telling people, you know, one day I'll get to Madison Square Garden, and people be laughing. They say, "Oh, like that's never gonna happen. It doesn't happen where we come from." Like, but yeah, man, it's a dream come true.
Definitely. And obviously you're fighting a great card as well. Obviously Burbraoff and Smith is obviously a unification fight as well. Do you sort of know, because yours is obviously, is it going to be a TV fight or is it going to be before, and obviously let you enjoy the rest of the card?
I'm not too sure whether I'm going to be on TV, but yeah, I'll certainly be watching the fight. I'm a big fan of Batirbiev, and I'm a big fan of Joe Smith as well. It's going to be a great fight, and obviously the unification fight and all, it's a piece of history. So I'll make sure to get all the programs and stuff and bring them home. So I can't wait for it.
You can do your fanboy thing sort of afterwards.
Yeah, I'll be doing the fanboy thing at the weigh, and I'll be going around with my phone, blade, and looking for pictures and all that. Yeah, so 100%.
Burby F and Smith getting on the scales, and there's you standing with your phone going.
Beside them, right on the scales. Yeah. No, it's gonna be amazing.
It definitely is. Obviously, there's no one you're going out to America. Obviously, it's good to get a chat with you beforehand, because obviously adjusting the time and everything else. But you know, I'm sure 15 days can't come quick enough. You're sort of probably have a calendar in the kitchen going 15, 14.
Yeah, counting down the day. I'm quite relaxed, you know. I don't like to look too far ahead. I just sort of take everything a day at a time, because we train hard. I mean, I literally just sparred this morning. We've done 28 rounds sparring this week. So I mean, the body is sort of broke up, and then I'm in work at 10 o'clock. So I sort of just relaxing and soaking it all in, and taking it a day at a time. And obviously I'm looking forward to it, but I still have a little bit of work to do, and I'm flying in the gym, and I just can't wait to get in there now. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely. Well, obviously, you know, it's a dream come true moment. You know, I guess you don't need us to tell you to go and enjoy yourself, because you know, regardless, whatever happens, you're going to go out there and you're going to give your best. But we'll obviously look forward to obviously seeing your Instagram, you know, over the next couple of weeks, and you know, the American dream stuff in gyms and the people you're going to meet. You know, you probably have to pinch yourself nearly every 5 minutes and going, like, when am I waking up from this dream?
Yeah, no, it really will be like that. You know what I mean? That's why I don't want to look too far, because I don't know how I'm gonna react to them over there. It's just gonna be like living, exactly like I said, living the dream. And you know, I never even thought I'd ever see New York full stop, let alone fight in Madison Square Garden. You know what I mean? It's a dream to even go to New York, and to be fighting on a massive card. And it's just count me blessings every day. You know what I mean?
Definitely as well. Well, we'll look forward to obviously tuning in. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it ends up being a TV fight, and obviously end up in Sky Sports as well. There's another bonus, you could end up on Sky Sports.
Yeah, well, a lot of people that ask me, will I be on it and all. So hopefully I can find out and let them know. But yeah, regardless, man, I'm gonna really fucking enjoy it. You know what I mean? So
definitely is. Well, listen, thanks very much for obviously coming and having a chat with us once again. And obviously, but I'm sure we'll get a catch up with you whenever you're back.
100%, mate. Yeah, look forward to it.
All right, cheers, Keane. Take care.
Thank you.
Cheers, thanks. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.